Ladies and gentlemen, this morning, Farm Bureau members, we are indeed honored to open our convention, our 81st annual meeting, by welcoming Senator Thom Tillis. Senator Tillis has a distinguished record of leadership. We know him. Senator Tillis served in the North Carolina General Assembly from 2006 until his election to the United States Senate. As a leader of the House of Representatives, Speaker Tillis worked across the aisles, both with Republicans and Democrats, on many issues affecting North Carolina agriculture. He's been a strong advocate for business and government reform, two areas that he has carried with him to Washington, D.C. All of you know that Senator Tillis is currently serving in his first term in the U.S. Congress. Since becoming a United States Senator, he has had an open door to Farm Bureau. We have consulted with the Senator on many policy positions, and we work closely with him and his staff on issues important to agriculture, to North Carolina, and across the United States. Ladies and gentlemen, during each session of Congress, the American Farm Bureau and the North Carolina Farm Bureau awards the Friend of Farm Bureau Award to members of Congress. This award is presented to those individuals who have supported Farm Bureau policy by voting with us on a number of areas at least 60% of the time or better. I can tell you that Senator Tillis voted with Farm Bureau well over 90% of the time on 14 votes that were selected. Some of those votes included supporting the Keystone Pipeline, continuing the effort to repeal the death tax, efforts to manage EPA overreach, such as the waters of the U.S. definition. Most importantly, he was a part of bills that were passed the House and the Senate and that were signed into law during this 114th Congress. Bills like repealing the country of origin labeling, making permanent an area that was important to North Carolina farmers, the small business tax relief, better known as Section 179, and certainly the GMO labeling bill. North Carolina Farm Bureau and the American Farm Bureau are pleased to present Senator Thom Tillis our Friend of Farm Bureau Award for his work during this Congress, the 114th Congress. This is Senator Tillis's first Friend of Farm Bureau Award. Senator Tillis, we thank you for supporting Farm Bureau's positions on issues that are crucial to American agriculture. And ladies and gentlemen, as President of North Carolina Farm Bureau, and on behalf of North Carolina Farm Bureau and the American Farm Bureau, it is my honor to present to our Senator, Senator Thom Tillis, with the Friend of Farm Bureau Award for his outstanding service during the 114th Congress. Senator Tillis, come forward.
Thank you.
Thank you. You're a good man.
Thank you.
Appreciate you very much.
Put that up in my office.
Put that in your office. We hope you get many more.
Yeah.
Podium's yours.
Well, good morning, everybody. I want to thank the Farm Bureau for their support. You know, a lot of people ask me why, even when I was Speaker of the House, really dating back even when I was in the minority, why I cared so much about farming. They said, "You grew up on a farm?" I said, "No, I grew up in a trailer park right next to a big farm." But I got to know these farmers really well, and they're great people. I tell everybody, if I can get that water, I tell everybody, you know, I spent most of my time in technology. Didn't get my 4-year degree until I was 37 years old, but started working in technology back in the early 80s, and worked with some really brilliant people. And it always surprises me when people talk about how these, you know, the Google founder or the Facebook founder, that these are real heroes or, you know, great people. Those folks don't have anything on you all. I mean, first off, technology is interesting. You can do great things with it, but they don't have near the challenges that you have to be successful, and you continue to do it. I mean, if you think about it, it's as complex a business as any other one. It's even more regulated than banks, and banks are struggling to make it. So it's complex business, it's heavily regulated, and you have the added complexity of Mother Nature. Last time I checked, Google and Facebook don't have to worry about whether or not it's too hot or too cold or too wet or too dry, but you do, and you continue to do your jobs. That's why you're a priority. Oh, it also helps that you generate about $84 billion in revenue for the state. A little disappointed with the Commissioner of Agriculture. I want it to be $100 million, but we'll give them a few more years to get there. But as long as I'm in the U.S. Senate, you can count on me supporting agriculture and our farmers. You can also count on a little bit more progress over the next couple of years than we made over the last 2. I won't get into the reasons why, but I do believe that we're going to have an opportunity to get to a regulatory framework that's responsible, that makes us good stewards of our environment, but doesn't absolutely destroy the opportunity for our agriculture sector to continue to be the most productive, the most innovative, the most important in the world. So I'm going to do everything I can to help you all there, and we'll do everything I can to help the state legislators. We've got to recover from Hurricane Matthew. We've already estimated that in the tens of millions of dollars, more than $100 million may be necessary in federal relief to get some of these lands that were damaged. Sedimentation, a number of other things have to be remediated. We got to get them back to productive land. So I'm going to immediately start working on that next year. Already working on it. We may not be able to get it done before Christmas, but we'll come back and fight next year, and I'm optimistic we'll provide relief. But I'm going to do everything I can. The other thing is you all are constituents. I'll just leave you with this. Please make sure if you're dealing with the federal government and your first phone call or interaction with the federal government doesn't make you feel like you're going to be treated fairly, let the next phone call be my office. We'll open up a case and we'll do everything we can to help carry you through this process, whether it's related to agriculture, getting a passport, getting your veterans benefits, it doesn't matter. I want my office to be considered the best constituent service office in the United States Senate. And I'll do everything I can to help you, whether it's a business matter or anything else. And please keep your eyes and ears open for other people who need help. We have opened and closed thousands of cases, life-transforming sorts of outcomes for people. And I want to make sure that y'all realize that that's important to me. And finally, if you come to D.C., come pay me a visit. Come visit me in D.C. We'll make sure if you've got friends and family, we'll take you on a tour along the Capitol. People really enjoy it. You come into my office, you can see a bear I got a year ago, December, out in Bladen County. My staff said, "Are you really going to put that bear on the wall?" I said, "Yes, I am." So come and visit my office. If I'm there, I'd love to see you. But recognize that office is actually not my office. It's your office. I just happen to sit in it now. For those of you who supported me in the election, I'm going to do everything I can to make you proud. Those of you who didn't support me, I'm going to do everything I can to make you feel guilty that you didn't support me. So thank you all. God bless. Best of luck in the next season. And thank you for being here and supporting the Farm Bureau, because they're one of the most important organizations that we have to advocate for agriculture up in Washington and in this state. Thank you all. God bless you.
Thank you, Senator Tillis, for being with us this morning. Back in the summer, I was in Washington, D.C. with one of our boot camp people. Was up here yesterday. Our women, we have a boot camp at American Farm Bureau, and they wanted to take a picture. And so we were on the Capitol lawn, and I told the young lady that was with us, I've been going to Washington for many years. I've never been there when both of our United States senators walked out the Capitol at the same time, came out on the lawn and stood there and talked with us and had their picture made. That's the kind of working relationship that our United States senators have with each other and with the constituents of North Carolina.